amount, then we will put here in the tax procedure. It says that say this one. Here in the tax procedure, it says that say here in the tax procedure, it says that say this one is 100. First we have a base amount, then we will put a subtotal. Now here distributed to GL next in 210, it is saying that it will charge the tax on the item subtotal. Here the tax will be charged, all of them will be charged on the subtotal 120, 120, whatever value I have at 120 level. On that, maybe 5%, 6%, or whatever posting, it will be charged. Okay, so here also base amount is 100, 100, 100. Please mute yourself if you have any question. Okay, thank you. You can unmute if you have a question. Here it says that this amount will be charged on 210. Where is 210 to? So here AP sales tax. So this is tax on tax. Okay. So here on 120 figure a tax will be charged, and that on that figure another tax will be charged. Okay. This one will be 220. 220, this one will be 230, this one will be on 240, like that. This is standard calculation procedure, country specific calculation procedure. If I open the Indian ones, I think it will make more sense. Tax IN, let me find it. TXIN, where we have the input SGST, SGST, IGST, all this thing will be there. Sales tax India. I want to see the GST. Do I have anything? Okay. Uh, where did it go? India. Sales tax India. Okay. Go to the control data. Here it will see. This is base amount. On that base amount, these taxes will be charged 120, 120, 120, 120. Okay. Then here in AP input AP set off, this is on 215. Okay, on this amount the tax will be charged, like that. There will be standard procedure configured, and if you want to create a custom, then you copy, your FI team will copy and create a custom Z tax something, and they will assign it against the country meaning against India or against US. They will change the current assignment and they'll assign a new assignment. Okay, maybe a Z they can assign. Okay, this is standard. You don't have to do anything. If at all it is needed, then FI team will create the structure. You don't have to worry. Okay, so that is the tax procedure. Don't have to do anything. Then what will we do? We'll come out of the basic settings. We'll go to the calculation, and here we create a defined tax code for sales and purchases. Okay, so we'll create separate tax code. Now our country is US, and here let me see how many tax codes are already configured. Okay, quite a few. So output tax generally I use O series. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me create O5. Okay, output tax, that is which is related to sales. So I'll create O5. So O5 and hit enter. Call it 5% VAT US. Tax type, here I can choose input or output tax. So this is output tax. Get inside, and here against the MW1 you assign the rate that you want. Okay, so here I want the tax rate should be 5%. Okay, so hit the rate and hit enter and click on save. Define 210, define tax code on level 210. Oh, sorry, I put AP, my bad. This is AP. Choose here. Okay, AR, this is sales related. So here you assign the tax rate, hit enter and you save. Define tax code on level 210. Why is this? My tax code is here. I don't need to, let me check any existing tax code. Okay, yes, Let me check. O4. Oh, this is 400 only. This is here only. Let's try one more time. O5. Output tax. Okay, it is now created. I don't know what this, some 210 kind of error it was showing. Okay, so this is created, and here the tax account will be assigned Brim. Okay, tax assign account is already assigned. Why is it assigned? Because it is not a fresh system, scratch system. In a scratch system, you would have to do an additional config. Let me show you that config. So it is already being used. That's why this is already available. Okay, so in a scratch system, what config you have to do? So this is done. Save back. So here you would have come to the posting, define tax account. Okay, so under posting define tax account, you go for transaction AMW1, AMW1, where I assign the rate. Against AMW1, go to the find your chart of account. Okay, here your chart of account, and you have to assign the GL account. I think that is already assigned. Yeah. Okay, so my previous batch or maybe someone else has assigned here. If it's a scratch system, you have to do this assignment. Else you cannot assign the. Okay, I'm the in this screen only slash o ftxp, where I assign that GL account. Countries US, mine is O5. So if you don't assign, the tax account will not appear here. Okay, against MW1 in my Brim chart of account, I have assigned. Okay, so if I would have used a new chart of account, because I'm using the same company code 2409 and the same chart of account Brim, if I wouldn't have used this, then I would have to come here, where here, and assign the GL account. Okay, so this assignment is done. That is the FI part is done. Now we'll go to the Brim side. Okay, Brim side meaning we have to do a couple of config in the FICA nodes, then we'll be able to assign it in the CI side. Okay, so O5, yes.
Can you open that GL account at GL parameters FS00
Hmm,
for the tax GL?
yes, yes, opening. Here it is stored as an output tax account.
And
Tell me.
uh, create and bank into step. Okay.
G001.
General text. Okay. And this is balance sheet GL, is it?
Liability, yes. Balance sheet GL.
Liability. Okay. Can you go to first tab once?
Hmm, hmm.
Okay. Balance sheet account. Okay. Thank you.
Hmm. Now I'll go to the FICA node here. So I'll collapse the convergent invoicing. I'll go to basic functions, posting and document, maintain document assignment, define sales tax, sales purchase tax determination. Come here and we will assign a FICA tax code along with the FI tax code. Okay, click on new entry, countries, US. Now here we assign a tax account determination. Okay, tax determination on tax account determination. This is our FICA. So here I will assign O5, valid from 01/01/2020, and here I'll assign the tax code that I just created, O5. Okay, this is FICO tax code and this is FICA tax code. I mean, not tax code, this is tax account determination. We cannot assign the tax code to my against the in the config. We have to assign this one, tax account determination. Okay, so first we'll map FI tax code with FICA tax account determination. I'll save it. This is done. Next we'll go to the posting area 10. Okay, so collapse this maintain document assignment and expand define account assignment for automatic posting. Then under automatic GL account determination, we have define account for sales tax, sales purchase tax. Okay, come here, and here we will assign uh, the FICA GL account. Okay, so click on new entry. My company code is 2409. My tax code is O5. My transaction is MW1. Remember, use that transaction which has the rate assigned to it /n FTXP US O5. See, it is against transaction MW1. Okay, if you want to derive this rate, then you assign this transaction. Okay, so put here MW1. Get inside and add the tax account. My tax account is just opened, this one, and save. You have to ensure that this is also extended to 2409. This GL is extended to 2409. So yes, it is already extended. Okay, since we are not doing the FICA stuff, and it is also, if it wouldn't have been extended, I would have extended also. Okay, so this is done. So the FICA related config are done. Last config I have to do in the CI side. So for that, I'll collapse all the FICA nodes and expand the convergent invoicing here. Invoicing documents, posting document, define general ledger account, define account assignment for general ledger item, that is 2610. Okay, come here, and again here we'll assign the tax determination against our main and sub transaction. Main and sub transaction was Z102. Scroll down and find our here. Okay, see here we get to assign the tax determination. Okay, not the, this is a tax determination. Okay, so I will assign this one tax determination, not the tax code. So my tax determination is O5, which is, didn't I save O5? O5. Okay,
0509.
okay, sorry, I found it. O5 here, just assign in all Z103, Z103. I think till 105 it is us. 102, 3, 4, 5. Okay, four items we did. So here against blank division, and also scroll down against one division. Okay, that one also you have to assign here, also against division 1. 106 is not our, and save. Okay, so the config are done. Now let's go to the invoicing and see if there is an error, we'll fix it. Okay, now in one shot itself we can do the invoicing, because the prompt billing prompt invoicing is assigned configured here. So I'll do /n AC38 AC30. Here execute, load our variant D102. Okay, let's say, let's have 25, because 25 into 4 will be 100. Then on 100, 5% VAT will be charged. Okay, so easier calculation. So with that, I am executing. Okay, invoicing is generated. Let's see, we'll go to the invoicing document. So here now we have an additional line item called tax item. Okay, and in the tax item I can see the tax base amount is 100. What, how did it come? Summation of all these individual amounts, revenue amounts, and then on this 100, tax amount is 5, but tax percentage, where is tax percentage? Hang on, let me check. Here we have tax percentage. Okay, so on 100, 5% is applied, and here an additional line item of 105. Okay, in the header also I can see it is 105. Earlier it was 100 only. Okay, so go to the posting document and see the GL is correctly derived or not. So 590 is a document number. So customer debit, revenue credit, and tax is credited. So it is not inclusive tax, it is exclusive. That is, tax is calculated on top of revenue amount. Okay, so here we have corporate short-term tax liability get inside, and it will tell you that base amount is 100 and tax is 5%. So uh, tax amount is also 5. Okay, in the account assignment. Okay, so here itself I can see 22160420, the new GL that we have assigned, and individually in the BP line also this $5 is distributed 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. Okay, get inside. So here in the tax data, you can see O5 is assigned. That is a tax code O5 is assigned here. Okay. So this is how it is generated. Now let's see whether in the printing also it needs to communicate to the customer, because whatever posting we're doing here, it is for internal use. The customer will not come to know unless we print it with the and we communicate it to the customer via print. Okay, so let's compare an existing invoice where there was no tax versus this invoice. Okay, so what will I do? Slash n fkkinv doc underscore disp. Here for my contract account 615, I will execute all the non-reverse document, and the last one will have tax impact. Okay, so if I execute, I think 70012 will have the tax impact. Okay, does it show me something from here to identify? No, it does not. Anyways, the print dates are being shown here. Okay, these two were print. So let me open anything where the tags were not present. Say for example, this one I posted today. Okay, 70010. So when I enter, I simulate. This is of $27 each. Okay, so execute. I can see previous invoice we had 83.51. Current invoice 108 is posted. Total is 191, and the breakup of this 108 is 27, 27, 27, 27 equal to 27 into 4. It is coming as 108. Okay, this is the an invoice where the tax is not involved. Now let's see in our current case, the one that we posted with tax 70012. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, this is the one. So simulate this. Here I am expecting 25, 25, 25, 25, and an additional 5, which will communicate that okay, this time tax of 105 is posted. Okay, again standard format, we have not changed anything. In custom format, when you assign a Z form, you can do whatever way your client want to show. Go to simulate and execute. See, an additional line is being shown here. So 25 for software fee, 25 for recurring fee, 25 for license fee, 25.25 for installation fee. In addition, tax 5% on 100 USD. Okay, so 100 USD means this summation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 100 into 4, 5%, 105. So total is 105. So tax information also is also being communicated to the customer. Okay, that is all about. Okay, one more thing, that is for tax posting. Now here you may have seen that tax is charged on top of the revenue amount, that is the summation of revenue amount into 5 by 100. Sometimes you may need, there is a requirement that the tax will be charged on not on total invoice amount will remain 100. Okay, that is in this similar to this example. So whatever you have seen this example. On revenue, tax is charged, but sometimes your client may want, okay, my customer amount should not increase. Okay, here what happened, my customer initially was paying 100, now they are paying 110. That means tax is on top of revenue. Your client may require you that tax will not be on top of revenue. tax will be Tax will be inclusive, that is revenue amount will be same, the total revenue amount will be split between revenue and output tax. Okay, that you have seen in FICA. Then we have to ask CC to send us with the gross values populated. Okay, if they send us with the gross value checked, then you'll see the tax calculation will be 100. Let me calculator. Now my tax calculation is 100 into 5%. So say let's call it 200 is a total, okay? Because this 100 is, or maybe 250 is a total. Out of 250, on 255%, 12.5% is the VAT or tax amount. But if your client says, no, I want my customer value should not exceed 250 or should not exceed 100, then how to do that? Then it will come as 250 into 5 by 105. Okay, so tax amount will be 11.91. Okay, and revenue amount will be minus 250. Revenue amount will be 238.09, or maybe 238.239 maybe, and the rest 11 will go to tax. That way 239 plus 11 will become 250 only. So the customer's balance will not increase. Okay, customer will still pay 250 only, but within that amount the tax amount and revenue amount will be bifurcated. No additional burden of tax will be loaded on the revenue amount. Okay, in our example, 100 into 5 by 105, so tax will be 4.76 and the revenue amount will be 95.24. Okay, so customer will still pay 100 and this bifurcation will happen at this level. Okay, this you have seen in our FICA training also. I have explained that this can be controlled using /o fp e3, sorry, not e3, e1 /n fp e1. When we post FICA transaction, we can uncheck to make it gross. Okay, net meaning tax will be charged on top of it, and blank meaning tax will be, I mean, it will not increase the total customers payable. I mean, total receivable will not be increased. The receivable will be remaining the same. The revenue amount will be bifurcated between revenue and tax. Okay, same. Blank means gross, and here the gross will be checked. If CC sends us with the checked, cross checked, then it will behave like that. This I cannot show you. You cannot do one thing. You can do one thing. When the bit will be generated, in the bit itself you will see the gross field, and you can debug. Via debug mode you can check it. Okay, and then you can validate. For example, /n fkk bix bit underscore mon, or whatever bits are already generated. Say I'm looking for, maybe I may not have billable items. Okay, in these billable items you check the gross. Check the gross means go to the z102 table, *102 start table, the billable item table, 2IT table. There you check this /h, debug the screen, debug the table, and add check gross, check it. Then you run invoicing, I mean billing invoicing. Then you'll check, you'll see that uh, your tax will be created in a calculated in a different way. Your tax base amount will not be 100, it will be 94 point something. And obviously you have to turn off prompt billing invoicing, because if you don't turn off, then you don't get the option to edit the table. Along with the bit generation, billing and invoicing will be done right away. Okay, so you turn off, you have not configured, you can check this, and then you do separate billing and separate invoicing. During invoicing you'll check that, you'll see that the invoice tax amount will be different. Okay, the base amount will be different basically. So we'll stop here, 7:40. We'll connect again tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
No, Badra.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.